Sometimes I really look forward to playing the games on the stream, sometimes I don't, and this is one of those ones where I don't. Alright, this is Nigel Mansell's World Championship Racing, once again. Let's see, I got second place last time, but I'm gonna run with it, because I was still pretty far ahead of the others. I can't help but wonder if they maybe intend for you not to win every time, maybe they make the CPU harder. I don't know, we'll see as I keep going, if I regret accepting a second place for race number 3. I have to do 12 total, and probably just be in the lead by the end of it. I guess I don't know 100%, but I do know you get credits for it. So that's what I'm gonna stick with for now. I have a password at every point, so it's not like I can't reload an old password if I have to. That being said, I think I am gonna get kind of sick of entering these in all the time. I think I've asked this before, but I've never actually figured out the answer. Does anyone know what actually, if you got 1 through 9 at the beginning, what halfway through the alphabet is? So I can know which way is faster? I'm not sure what the math is. Or like, I kind of know what the math is, but I just haven't sat down and thought about it hard enough. All right, let's go. That ending turn looks kind of annoying. I'm gonna go ahead and practice this though. I'm gonna practice it without the soft tires first. I'm gonna practice it the way I think I would in the actual. So we'll do hard tiles. Oops. Oh, there's actually a slash at the end too in this game, so I guess there's that. Let's do an acute airfoil, but I already forgot what these are. What's the one that gives me higher top speed? Is it high? I'm gonna have to pull the guide up because I already forgot. I never actually got... I was maybe gonna try to look more into this game and I just never did, but oh well. Hold on. Which guide was I looking at before? I think this one. Gear ratio. High gear ratio is higher top speed. So let's try that. Somewhere close to H. Okay. So let's see how the what's nice is I can do as many qualifying laps as I can or want to, so I don't have to enter the password every time I fail this. Once again, we got lovely bumblebee noises. Also, I just realized I should definitely start my timer. Wait, was mine wrong? Did I start late last time? I think I maybe did. I don't think I ever fixed that. I can't recall though, maybe not. I do it so much I kind of get confused. Alright, let's hope this stage doesn't have something quite as nasty as the last one, although a few of these parts look a little hairy. This isn't too bad. Oh, I am bonking a little bit. This was kind of the setup I ended up liking. What's nice is the end of this stage doesn't seem so bad. So that's good. Okay, yeah, as I kind of suspected, that part there is probably going to be the worst part. There at the beginning. Wait. Does this game... Oh, that's weird. I kind of was noticing this when I was trying to get into the pit stop. I don't know, maybe not. I don't know. It's like you actually don't turn that much, but I guess... I don't know. Maybe that makes sense. So this probably isn't gonna be... Well, actually, that was pretty close. Well, no, maybe not. It's not... That may not be a terrible time. I could definitely do better, too. Especially if I'm gonna... Yeah, see, that was not bad at all. Especially if I put on the soft tires for just the qualifying race. But yeah, this is definitely a game. This is one of the games where it's not that I don't want to stream necessarily, but I'm just kind of like, ugh. Wish I wasn't playing this game. Obviously, I got to get through it, so I got to stream to get through it. To get to the other games, but... Oh, terrible start. And I don't... There's not much I can do about it. Maybe I should... Well, I don't know. I'm trying to get... I want to get decent at the stage before I start doing big races, but... Man, the physics of this game are just... Not physics, but like, I don't know. It's clearly a bit of a struggle to have a Game Boy game to a first-person racing perspective like this, and things are just a little odd. It's hard to really judge exactly how some things are. You know? Wonder if the NES version is any better, or if it still kind of struggles. Or the SNES version, for that matter. Who was it? Someone posted a video about... I haven't clicked on it yet, but how often people actually say that Mode 7 is used in games. I probably will watch that. Although I don't know if I'll have... I'm sure there's maybe a good list somewhere of which ones actually do. I still don't completely understand the tech. Back in the day, I'd never even heard of it. Yeah, it was a much worse time. I didn't even see what place I went. I pushed the button too fast. All right, let's try again. Just to get a little better. After this, maybe I'll switch to the light tires. That was you bagging magic food? Yeah. I'm kind of curious to watch it for when I make summary videos. I don't know if that contains like a full list or anything, but it might help me to know what kind of things to watch out for. Like I said, as a kid, I didn't even know Mode 7 was the thing. I just played games. I definitely wasn't, I don't know, that actually plugged into the hardware side of things. I didn't even know about Sega's consoles at the time, but I guess I started more at the N64 era, just on a Super Nintendo. Dang, man. I got hit by that turn? So I wasn't really paying attention to all the technical capabilities of all the consoles. I was just a dumb kid who wanted to play games. Man, I can't get a time as good as that first one. I even felt like I messed up once this time, and I messed up once before. How did I do so good that first race? A streamer that would yell, Mode 7. Wait, did it still say I'm 7? Does it let me keep my previous hunt? All right, let's try the tires. This concerns me a little bit for the actual race, but let's see how it goes if I put those tires on. Mode 7. I'm actually, it's kind of surprising. I'm like, what percentage of the way through the SNES games? It almost feels like a little higher than I would have thought by this point. With how, I still feel like we're on the early days of the SNES, but I guess, you know, when you look at percentages over a console's lifespan, I guess first year or so would give you about that much. To me, it's kind of interesting, like, a lot of Nintendo's first-party stuff on the NES was just the black box games. A lot of the other stuff I played was third-party stuff. There was some, obviously, afterwards, but... The road here seems a little wider, actually. Ow! So I was about to say I'm less likely to hit the cars, and then that guy swooped in front of me out of nowhere. Okay, this time is gonna be decent. Should I go for a better one? Let's try it. Although I want to get rid of these. How many third parties am I playing on the SNES versus the NES? I guess not considering the Play Choice 10, although that really did add a lot. can tell I was swooping a bit too far out. I don't know how this race is gonna go. I'm still a little concerned, but it's probably gonna help a lot of these end up going, you know? Dude, I hate the other racers so much. They're so hard to... I got nicked by this corner one time, so I gotta be careful. Tunnel, spooky. Got another guy in front of me. Come on, let me pass you. Come on. Man, what's like the frame rate of this game? How often is this updating the road? Doesn't seem like actually that much. I don't know, maybe it's more than I'm realizing. Hello there. Oh gosh, 2 of them. Let me get around you guys. Stupid other cars. I'm not too far behind the guy in first right now. I should try to learn which turns I can keep the gas on for and which ones I can't. The pit stop's in a weird spot on this stage. Come on, let me get past the guy in second at least. So it's actually pretty close between the third parties on the NES and the SNES. It's kind of funny. Fourth place? Come on. Oh gosh. It's so hard to know when you're gonna go flying off to the side like that sometimes. And fifth. Oh, because the Player's Choice and Disney Classics label adding a bunch. Yeah, that kind of makes sense. Oh my goodness. This run might be toast. I'm still not that far behind the guy in first, though. I think the CPU do kind of rubber band. So, like, as you get further ahead, all the guys behind you get kind of close behind you, if that makes sense. That slowdown wasn't great, though. On. Get back up to third. I'm gonna see. I'll like see if I get like second. You know, I want to see if the same person is the one who got close to me or not. Oh, that was a bit bad. Could be worse, though. I'm still in second, at least. Now. As I get kind of messed up. Oh, as I get Omega messed up. Man, it's so hard to get back onto the stage sometimes, too. Or the course. Is there actually a cricket game I'm playing? I don't know anything about cricket, actually. Other than it's called cricket. Man, the races in this game take so long, too. Oh, hello there, right in front of me. Come on, when am I gonna pass this guy? It's gotta be close. He's pushing me off. Of course he is. Slowed me down there. But I guess I'll have to learn. Would it be the first time I've had to learn a game for this challenge? Oh, I forgot to share this. I bet Suji was keeping quiet about this on purpose. I played Mahjong again recently with the family. My brothers and my dad, and I whooped them. I did so good. It's awful, by the way, there. I dominated. It wasn't even close. I won, like, I don't know, maybe not quite half the rounds we played, but a lot of them. Everything before that was just bad luck. That was the true display of my Mahjong. Ugh. Well, see, like, why did I get all back on stage actually pretty quickly there? I don't get it. If I get third here, I'm not too happy with this, to be honest. Dude, I hate getting around the cars. I'm not even really happy with second, but I'll see what happens. I ended second. Is that guy past not even the guy in second? Oh, bummer. That's probably the guy in second. No, fourth now? Are you kidding me? Dude. Man, it's so hard. Like, the way they slow you down when you bump them is so frustrating. Maybe I don't need... I'm gonna try something a little different. I might regret it, but... I'm still in the lead, but barely. I'm not gonna accept that. Oh... I have lost sometimes before to them. Dr. Bob's played a lot of Mahjong too, though. Yeah, I did turn the audio down a bit. Is it too quiet now, or is that fine because it's this game? There's not even that much sound while I'm actually Oh, there's actually a star, an asterisk, I think is... No, there's not. That's just the way this selector looks. Never mind. Yeah, this isn't exactly the most, when I'm actually racing, the most thrilling music. I don't know. Maybe I should try going back to the normal setup for this one. I have a feeling it's gonna mess me up a few times, though, if I do. Let's see. Doesn't feel great. And I've got a long way to go, too. This is only race 4 of 12. Oh, gosh. Trying to take these corners, like, slightly differently, or, like, with a minimal amount of turning, but it may not just be viable, really. Maybe I should practice it more without the soft tires, because the problem about the soft tires is that I'm not really getting good practice on this stage. But it just makes me do a bit better in the see, I'm turning too sharp, I think, sometimes now. Probably the soft tires, I'm not used to them. That's gonna be a decent time, about the same as last. Actually worse. I'm gonna do it again. I don't know, maybe the other... Let me try, actually. I might regret this. There's just a decent amount of straightaways in this one that I can't help but wonder if the higher gear is good for this one. Let's try it. Dylan who? I'm not sure if there was much of a choice with a game like this. This just seems like not the way you should do a Game Boy racing title. This whole first camera perspective. Oh my goodness, like why did I go to the right there when I went off the road? It was weird. Perspective is just all kinds of wonky. Man, it's so difficult to control. Ugh, now I hit another racer, of course I did. That just wrecks, that like actually wrecks a qualifying run because it slows you down quite a bit. I don't know, am I really reaching my top gear speeds here? Does make my acceleration worse. This ending stretch it's really good on though, but I did overall worse. Let me try one more time. I had some pretty bad off-road situations. Try one more time. I could try just the middle gear too. Actually, isn't that what I tried last time? I'm not sure. Ah. I don't know, maybe I don't need to take this part quite as... Like, it's actually not that sharp of turns, and I haven't been... Well, I just flew off there. Maybe the last one I need to be more careful on? I don't know. So hard to say. Dude, I hate those other racers so much. Although he might have helped me out there by making me not go off-road. Man, it's... What do I do there? Do I need to put the brakes on more? I'm not sure. That turn, for some reason, is like way sharper than I think it should be. Yeah, I'm just gonna hit the car. Oh, I hate them so much. Because that just totally wrecks my speed I've built up. I don't think for this last one I really need to put on the brakes at all. Yeah. The last one you can take pretty sharp. That was a decent time. I should be able to do better. Let me try... Let me see what the guy says for this one. Wait, what location is this? Wait, have I finished 4? Is this number 5? No, it's not. Oh, I was looking at the wrong stage. Okay. He recommends default settings. I don't know how good the guide actually is. Guess he would know more than me, though. Yeah, some of these more ambitious Game Boy games... And it's usually because they're ports, so it's kind of like, I don't know if you really should have tried to do it this way, you know? Is this really such a good idea? I don't know about that. Okay, that was decent. I stopped, I don't know, I put off the gas a little more. Maybe I just need to do that more often on turns. Do it a little bit sometimes already, but... I don't know, it's hard to gauge exactly how much. Okay, this is one of the ones that really messes me up. I'm just gonna turn right really hard. I kind of went too hard, but... Whatever. Honestly, I don't think that slowed me down too much. This one I don't think I need to slow down on. I just did, though. Ah, I hate the other cars. He wasn't even on the screen at the time. And he still bought me and majorly slowed me down. Like, you see how much my MPH went down whenever he hit me? It's crazy. Oh, it was bad. I don't know, though. That time seemed worse. Without, like, it actually was notably worse without the high gear setting. So I'm not so sure that it's a good idea not to have that here. That just seemed straight up worse. Yeah, I agree. I kind of see why the Game Boy had a lot of the whole, like, oh, let's just put our NES games on it, but to me, a lot of the best Game Boy games so far has definitely not been the ports. It's been like the original titles, you know? Gosh, too soon. But I guess that is probably more expensive to develop something completely fresh than to take something you already have. But I do think the Game Boy games that did focus on just being a unique game for the Game Boy are the better ones. Which in a way I guess shouldn't be too surprising, but it's definitely becoming apparent the more I play them. Other cars really are a pain. Whoa, I like never have that problem here. Wow, that ruined my run. I think I had a pretty good one going too. Bummer. Yeah, especially the SNES ones. Yeah, this would have been a great time if, well, I don't know. It feels like it would have been a much better time if I hadn't goofed up there. Yeah, I'm definitely not the kind of person who, I don't know, necessarily values, or like, I'm very big on implementation. You can have a really unique idea, but if you don't execute it well, that's gonna really affect my opinion on it. I wish I could just restart from here, but then I have to enter the whole darn password again. Like, I guess I don't know. I don't know if I do value a fresh experience, but I don't know if I value, like, crazy unique ideas quite as much as some people. I don't know. First and foremost, I want it to be made well, you know? Like, I don't know, I've never been one to care quite as much about, oh, we need more new IPs. I don't know, I still do to some degree like unique stuff, I guess. Just maybe not as much as some people. See, that was a bad race. Try again. I don't know, I almost seem to do better with the higher tailwind, too. Yeah, I guess if given the choice between something simple and executed well, but ambitious and executed poorly, I'd probably... personally, I would take the simple but executed well. However, I do think there is still something good about something ambitious, even if it is done poorly, because it might be the start of something that could turn into something more fresh. So I guess I do have an appreciation for it. I'm just not going to personally like it as much, if that makes sense. Because you kind of need people to push the envelope sometimes, even to varying degrees of success, to find new things that work, but... So I do appreciate it, still, regardless. Oh my goodness, he just swung in front of me. There it is again. What am I supposed to do about that? I could just get around this car without issues. Yeah, I saw it. I was debating. You said there was a few, you know, that weren't supported after the Super Game Boy. I might still play it on the Super Game Boy because, like, the Super Game Boy was out by that point, you know, so people could still play it on it and have like the basic colors. But I'm not sure yet. I'm still not sure what I want. I'm still having a bad time here. I don't know how I did so good that first time. Maybe I need to get my Tailwind back. I'm still not sure what I want to do about screen size. I could try to just manually skew it to fit the same size I used for the other Game Boy games. That way you guys still see it in the intended perspective. I don't know. Because in theory, I could also monitor or modify, I think, somehow the RetroTink to show it at the right screen size to, or the Game Boy screen size. It's kind of weird how much, like, I don't know, screen sizes are a bit of a variable when it comes, especially the older days, with how, like, the SNES doesn't output at the standard screen size, but standard screens would just skew it anyway to their screen size. It's kind of weird. Not exactly sure what I want to do about it. Ow. Oh, this time is actually going to be probably really good. Okay, I should probably just accept this. I did better when I switched to the... Wait, what did I switch to? I don't even remember now. Did I change anything? I don't think I did. So now the question is, do I want... I think I'm going to do it. So this does affect my max speed like a little bit, but my steering should be a little bit better. Man, the player one or the CPU who gets into first just like kind of skyrockets, and there's nothing you can do about it, even if you do good enough in the qualifying race. Wow, I'm surprised I got past that guy. I thought for sure I was gonna hit him. Kind of good actually that I did already. I feel like having a good qualifying race time is actually so important. Oh. Japengwin, thank you for subscribing with Prime Gaming. I appreciate it. Good to see you again. You subscribed during the most exciting game in the entire challenge. My personal favorite, I think. I don't think it gets much better than this. Okay, this is going decent so far. Yo, doing research has been annoying because not everything is back from archive, and some of the links are to archive.org. Ah, man. So, it's been, like, there's been a few things I've wanted to see, but I haven't been able to. It's a little annoying. Hopefully more of it comes back here soon with time. I guess the video is a while away, or the one I'm working on is still a while away, so I can verify a few things a little later. Ooh. Dang nabbit, stupid. Psh, smacking me. Man, I even turned down the gas there. Still struggled. Sometimes I'm like holding right and it doesn't look like my character goes right. It's so annoying. I do remember the nickname. I don't know how easily I'll forget that one. My own stupid misreading it. Okay, this is only lap 2 and I'm this close to the guy in first. I think I have a real chance of getting it here. Oh my goodness, why did I fly? Dude, I don't understand this game. Is it because I hit him? Why did I go flying off so much that time? I wasn't even on the gas. I don't get it. Yeah, very exciting game. Okay, I passed the guy in first. I don't know, I definitely seem to like this configuration more than the one that GameFAQs Guide was recommending, but it could be, again, a weird thing with the Super Nintendo versus the Game Boy version, for all I know. About which setups are actually the best. That wasn't good. I'm holding right now, man. He also just got way ahead of me. What's the best racing game so far? Probably Super Mario Kart. I think that's the one I've probably rated the highest too. Maybe F-Zero, actually. I'm not sure between those two. They're both fun in their own ways. I forgot about that. Actually, I think I've given them both 8s. One of those two. Surprise, surprise. Nintendo's flagship racing series are the best ones. Okay, this is looking good. Obviously this one, right, sorry, I forgot. Besides this one, those two are my favorite. I'm wondering if I should actually set up Super Game Boy on my EverDrive, even though I have a Super Game Boy. On my Super Nintendo EverDrive, it would just mean less cart swapping, which would be nice. So, I haven't figured it out yet, though, but maybe I should. Okay. He's right on my tail. He must be rubber banding. At least the last stretch is pretty forward. That's always really nice. Slow here. Sorry, it's a little hard to keep up with chat in this game. Simple mess-ups can have such a big effect. No, I'm doing Goonies soon. That's coming up this week. And I'll be talking about the Play Choice 10 as well. I'm not sure how to title the video, though. Do I bank on just talking about it being the Goonies and go after the Goonies nostalgia, or make sure it's clear that I'm going to be talking about the Play Choice 10 in that video? That's the one where I'm going to be talking about the system the most. Now, this is where things get rough. These other... see, these guys in last place mess me up. See, that's him there. He just skyrocketed ahead because the guys in last place only care about me, not him. So irritating. If I don't get first here, I'm going to be really disappointed. Yes! Oh, thank goodness. Uh-oh. Sweet. Okay, nice! Another first place under my belt. That's very good. Alright, let me see some things I've missed. Ooh, I don't even know. Oh, I don't know. Is that the person who It's been... Yeah, I actually liked Final Fantasy Adventure a lot, too. That one was a big, pleasant surprise. One of my favorite ones I haven't played so far. Alright, what's my placements? Is that 17 points ahead? How did I get... Someone else must have... Okay. I definitely do not need to get first every race. That's huge. How did I get so far ahead? They must shake up a lot who does well. That's really good for me. Like, this is already fantastic placements. Okay, that's really good. Alright, let me get a screen cap of this so that I don't lose my password. The stupid flashing star, though, keeps messing me up. There we go, I got it. Your recommendations don't crash, go faster than the other guy. I'm trying my best. They quietly remade Yoshi, really? I didn't realize that. Interesting. Will I make a video of myself using a Larmo? No, because that is not a game, although funny suggestion. Not too big on the Goonies. I'd never seen it myself until I just watched it for the video. I thought it was fun. I think if I watched it as a kid, I'd probably be more nostalgic for it, but... maybe not my favorite movie, but I still enjoyed it. Yeah, he's just mentioned it, I think, not... I didn't know they did that, so kind of interesting. Okay, ooh, that ending looks awful. 30% chance of rain, but it says the track is dry. What does that mean? Well, let's find out, I guess. When does he say to use it? Yeah, I didn't watch the Goonies till like 2 weeks ago. Let me double check when he says to use the rain tires. When the weather becomes soggy. Does that just mean there's a chance? That's so weird. All right, let's just try this. Do some qualifying laps. I'm worried about the ending of this. There's some sharp turns in this one. Ugh. I hate endings that are tough too, because it's more likely for me to get passed by the CPU during that time. Oh, shoot. I looked away. I'm not totally sure why we never saw it. Maybe it was... when did it come out again? Maybe it was just a bit later than my time, or earlier. I don't know. We talked about this last stream. I kind of just watched whatever my parents did, so... if they didn't watch it, I didn't watch it. Early 80s? Yeah, I guess that was a bit before my time. Ooh, this stage looks like it's gonna be rough. What if I should use a different... like, I almost wonder if low, or, yeah, low gear would be good here. Because, like, I'm not gonna be at maximum speed very often. So I might switch it up for this one. Because this last part is treacherous, and I'm not gonna be, like, taking advantage of my high speeds that much anyway. There is that one stretch at the beginning, though. Not the worst, but not the best. Let me see what he says about this one. Okay, so he says, he suggests... he actually does suggest changing it up for once. He suggests the high wing, which I think is the... oops. I think is the acute, right? Yeah, shallow would be low. And then a low gear ratio. Wow, so I was kind of right. Oh no, I'm looking at the wrong stage again. Oh man, is this San Marino? No, wait, this one he doesn't say. I don't know, man. I don't even know if these stages are the same from version to version. I don't know if I should be following this guide at all. What stage is this? They're there are still some stretches, so I don't know. Let's see how this goes, but it's probably not going to go well. My speed is going to be so low. Man, that barely looks like a sharp right, but it is on the map. I think that's why I keep getting caught by that. Yeah, really not sure if what's better here between acceleration and top speed. There's more longer stretches on this than I was giving it credit for. I probably shouldn't do this setup, honestly. Maybe I'll even try doing high gear instead. See how that goes. Won't be great for the last lap, but that's fine. Or not for the last lap, but the last part of the thing, but maybe that's fine. What exactly is the pole position? What does that term mean? Anyone know? Thinking of the game name, but I see pole there for the top. I think that's the top time in the qualifying race. Yeah, that wasn't. See, that was slow. So it is the best starting position. Okay. Seemed like it was something along those lines. That wasn't actually terrible, but let's try it with a high gear instead. So it's not first place in the race. It's the best placement at the start of the race based on how good you did on the qualifying race. So it's the best place in the qualifying race, but not necessarily first place in the overall race. Or do you call it... Oh, I keep forgetting this turn. Man, so rough. It's so much more surprising than I think it's going to be, so I've just got to be really ready for it. It's a really sharp right turn. It doesn't look that sharp on the map, but it is. The map is a liar. Even that turn's not as bad. I'm going to keep doing qualifying races till I get that first turn down, I think. Unfortunately, with the soft tires, it's going to be even harder, probably, on the actual race. Or because I'm using... I can't tell if it's raining or not, too. Like, is it obvious when it rains? I'm not sure. So I haven't seen it yet. Like, am I supposed to be using wet tires right now? They only said 30% chance of rain. That last part isn't as bad as I think it's going to be, too, despite how nasty it looks on the map. That was a pretty good time. That was with a really bad mess up at the start, too. I'll try one more time, but I should almost just take third. I just want to make sure I get better at that first part. I can't remember. What other, like, actually decent racing games I've played? The one that Rare did was alright. You kind of had to learn the stages, unfortunately. I didn't prepare for it properly again. Yeah, RC Pro-Am. That one was not bad. I liked, like, the controls of it. I just wish you were maybe just a little bit more zoomed out. It was really hard to see what was coming in that game. But other than that, that one was pretty fun. Mach Rider was alright. I wouldn't really call it a racing game anyway. Well, it kind of is. You're not really... No, I guess it is still. It's more just a driving game. You're not doing laps. You're not trying to beat other players. You're not even trying to go fast. You're just trying to survive, so it feels a little different. But I guess it is still, ultimately, the gameplay's kind of similar. I wasn't crazy about it, though. There's too much that flies at you without you being able to react, and you're so fragile. Then, of course, we have the Japanese exclusive F1 games. Grand Prix 2. Whoa, that was better than the pole time? Even with that mess up? Nice! Okay, I'll take this. We'll see how this goes after I select the harder tires. Yeah, I think I've picked the right setup for this race. I don't know, I kind of like the acute tail, but high gear. There was F1 race itself. That one definitely wasn't my favorite. That one was just brutal. But then the Grand Prix games, those were both all right. They're both. It's kind of funny that they've got the same names. They're such different games. One's a top-down. One's closer to this game. Were like not bad, but definitely not my favorites. Let's see, there was Super Off-Road. That one was okay. CPU were kind of baloney in that one though. The way how there was, the fact that there was just some races you literally couldn't win on. The manual lying to me didn't help either. I still can't believe that. But yeah, the best are definitely Super Mario Kart and F-Zero. Okay, this part's a little harder without the soft tires, definitely. That shouldn't be too surprising, really. Still not that bad, though. I swear, this map is a liar. Okay, don't forget the sharp right. Coming up soon. Okay, there it is. I don't really play that many racing games nowadays other than Mario Kart. That's all I really play. We had a couple more, I guess, back in the day. We had a Rush game on the N64, and I played another one that I borrowed from a friend. Ooh, I don't normally mess up there. That's unfortunate. Whew. A game like this is kind of rough because, like I said, it's hard for me to read chat because I have to pay so much attention, but yet at the same time, the races are so slow and tedious. Yet I have to give it so much attention. So I can't chat quite as much as I'd like to. Yeah, I guess I've never had to be too concerned about sorting games because I usually play physical and it just pops up in the front when you pop it in. I guess I don't always. I don't know. I've never had too much problem with it, but I can definitely understand why it would be a nice feature. Something like what the 3DS had with the file sorting and all that, and the Wii U. More options is always nice. Ah, man, I was doing good. That's the same thing that got me lap 1, too. Well, straightaways only last for so long. I can only read mess. I'm trying, but it's not easy. And if I look for too long, suddenly I'm in the corner and the whole race has become... flop. Racing is one of your favorite genres. I'm not too crazy about it, but I see the appeal. Ow. I understand it a little more, I think, than sports games. Even though you could kind of argue that racing games are a type of sport. I often think of them in a slightly different bucket, but... You're just here to distract me. I would agree that compared to most sports games, I do like racing games more. For the most part, unless you count Punch-Out. And this guy's being difficult. And these races are so long. I've passed him now, so this is another really good opportunity. Whoa, what happened to him? He froze! Look at the map! Oh, shoot! He finally skyrocketed. Dang, oh, he went to a pit stop. My tires! Oh, no. I'm gonna lose. I needed to go to the pit stop. I need to figure out how that mechanic works. Uh-oh. I just lose now because of this. Dang it, that was going so good. I need to figure it out. I could never figure out how the... What a bummer. Still way in the lead. Like, almost enough that I could keep going, but I could do better than that. I need to figure out how the stupid... the pit stops work. I tried doing it before, and I literally couldn't do it. It was so weird. But I guess I've got to figure out now, because it's required on this race. I think as far as the borders go, currently what I think I'll do is show them off, but then switch to full screen to play the game. I think that's what I'm gonna do. I could change my mind, but that's the current plan for Game Boy borders. Oh, you're talking about Game Boy Color games. I honestly, I might just play the Game Boy Color on the Super Game Boy too. Why not? It's easier than booting up my GameCube. I misunderstood your question there for a second, though. Yeah, if they've got borders on a Game Boy Color game, why not show them off? Okay, I definitely should have gone the other way. Unfortunately, to experiment with the pit stops, I kind of need to do it. I'm not even gonna do a practice race. I'm just gonna go. Yeah, racing games I think did get a little better with time. Older ones are a little rough. I'll show you guys what happens when I try. No, there's these, Wait, actually, now I'm confused. Color exclusive games don't work. Are you guys talking about the Super Game Boy, or is the Super Game Boy 2 any different? Because I have a Japanese imported Super Game Boy 2. I don't know if that makes a difference. I don't know, I'm a little confused. I'll just have to play around with it and figure out. I have 2 Game Boy Color EverDrive, so I can always pop one in for a moment, then look at it and pop it into the other. So Super Game Boy doesn't support Game Boy Color games, but it still has border for them? Is that what I'm picking up? I don't know, I'm a little confused. Oh, so there were a small handful of ones that did support it. Weird. Got it. Yeah, I don't know what I'll do then. Maybe I'll just show off the border still and then switch to the Game Boy player. Alright, I'm gonna try to do this pit stop here. Let's hope I can actually do it. It's like, you move so little. Maybe I need to slow down more? Could that be my problem? So we're gonna go right. We're gonna go past the goal line here. Then I'm gonna, like... I'm holding right now. Okay, now I'm in. But now what? Okay, I think I have to stop. Okay, I can select a tire. Is it wet? Why'd they want me to select my wets? Oh! Wait, is that why my tires went out? Because it's wet? Or is it just a long stage? I can't tell if it's wet or not. Why did they recommend the wets? Okay, I think the problem before was that I didn't stop. I'm just practicing right now, Suji. The CPU did do a pit stop on the last race, too. Yeah, I can look at that website. I don't know if I necessarily want... Well, we'll see. I'll play around with it a bit and see what I want to do. I don't want to commit to a decision yet. Why did they recommend the wets, though? Is it raining? I could definitely see the Game Boy not be capable of showing any rain effects. I wonder what would happen if I switched to the wet tires. Man, I was like doing so good that race too. Should I try using the wet? I just don't understand when it's actually, if it's actually raining or not. Look at this, so I'm holding right now. Why is it so hard to get into the pit stop? Oh my goodness, it's so obnoxiously difficult. Oh, now it's suggesting hard. Did I have wets already on? Weird. Well, I kind of get how to do it. I'm really worried I'm going to be slow at that, though, because of me just not knowing how to, or like, it's being so odd. Oh, it's the ones that had the bump versus the ones that didn't. Okay. I know what you're talking about. I always kind of wondered about that. Oops, looks like I'm playing as Zed again. I'm worried about the pit stops. I guess I'll just have to get better at them, but we'll see. I'll do a full race again. I just don't know how to know when how you're supposed to know when to use the wet tires or not. That's definitely not clear to me here. How bad is let me just try something here. If I use wets, obviously I'm not going to be able to steer quite as well for the qualifying lap, but let me just see how it feels. Which Pokemon game will I play first? The original Japanese Green, I believe, will probably be the first thing I play. These wet tires do not feel great right now. I'm being real with you. They feel really hard to control. I thought about playing both the all of the Japanese versions, but like green and red, original, or no, is it blue? I don't even remember, but I think I'm just gonna play all the unique named ones as, because that's still 4 games total. So green, Japanese green, US red and blue. Because yeah, they're different in Japan, but at the same time, I don't know. There's a lot of games that are different depending on like, you know, like the Japanese versions of games can be pretty different than the US versions, so I don't know where to draw the line necessarily, so I'm just gonna pick all the unique named ones. That was not great. That might have been the wet tires, I'm not sure. Yeah, I know that's technically all the releases they had, but I don't, just because Japan had a different game than the US, or slightly different game, doesn't necessarily mean I want to play every Japanese version of games. Like, you know, Mario Brothers 3 is different with the power-ups. There's so many slight variations that I don't know when to draw the line, so I'm just gonna pick names. Even though US red is more like Japan blue, I'm gonna consider it the port of red, so to say. Even though it takes more from blue. And at least by playing green, I'm still seeing the original Japanese release in some form. Yeah, I basically always play the US versions of games, no matter how different they are, but the unique naming of green gives me an excuse to at least play the Japanese version. Unless I wanted to play just red and blue and yellow in the US. I mean, it's already a lot of Pokemon Gen 1 to begin with. I'll be on those games for a while. Not quite best time. I know I can do it. Yeah, I've heard the originals are pretty buggy. Yeah, I get, especially because Pokemon's so popular, more people are gonna consider them different, but I'll be honest, I don't consider Japanese or significant changes from Japanese to US to necessarily warrant entirely new games. I just think Pokemon is big enough that there's been more research done into it to see how different they are. Ooh! And again, it's just a question of where do I draw the line. I keep forgetting about this stupid term, and I don't necessarily want to just arbitrarily choose one because it seems different enough. I'd rather do all or none. I originally was playing Japanese notable variants at the very start with like Donkey Kong and Donkey Kong Jr., but I changed my mind. And if you disagree, that's fine. That's just what I've chosen in the end. Can you imagine though? Do you know what the ultimate goal for this challenge is? To play every translation of every game. Or like every release. I guess for later games it wouldn't be as hard because usually they're actually the same release. Because all the languages are contained into one game. But that's what my ultimate goal should be by the time I die, is to actually play every official variation of every game. It is a weird situation, I'll agree. I'll agree with that. It is certainly more different than many Japanese to US variations, but... I feel like playing the unique named is just the most consistent with how I've done everything up in the challenge up to this point. So, that's what I'm gonna stick with. Even if names can even change quite a bit from Japan to US. I think a case could be made that I shouldn't have to play green at all either, or wouldn't like need to, or I shouldn't. I don't know quite how to say that, but you could argue that I should just play the US versions of the Pokemon games, but of Gen 1, but I'll at least do green. Okay, this should be a good time, I think. Ooh, as I mess up right at the end, come on. Still give me that first place. Oh, I think I still got it. Well, it's gonna be close. Come on, give me that first place. No! Wait, I tied it. What does that mean? Literally down to the millisecond. Where are they gonna put me here? Okay, first. Actually, I don't know if that's a millisecond. Well, I don't know what you call that. Alright, I'm gonna do this. Let's hope the pit stop doesn't mess me up too much. Yeah, NES games, actually, a lot of them are actually literally unchanged from their Japanese versions. Hence the whole robot block. They often just stuck with the English text for the Japanese releases, because there just wasn't enough text to justify it. How did I get to third? I don't know. There's a lot of games with large differences between their Japanese release date and US release date, and even other minor changes. I don't feel like they're different games that much personally, but I can understand. I'm not gonna sit here and say, like, my way is the only way that makes sense. Ugh. Yeah, I mean, with the way, talking about playing Gen 1 6 times over, the way that they even count the sales is they often just combine all the variations. So I wouldn't be surprised if someone doing a similar thing as what I'm doing would just choose to play one version of them, but I'm gonna play both. It's gonna be a lot of Pokemon, though, every time I get to them. And because I've made that decision, now I've got to play both games of, like, those anime soccer games, too. On, like, the DS or 3DS, I can't remember which. Those have multiple releases as well, for some reason. I actually don't like that they do multiple releases, if I'm being honest. I feel like you could implement the idea of different people having different Pokemon for their playthroughs without making there be 2 separate cards. Just buy one and then you can choose to play one or the other. I've never really liked version-exclusive content in games. Inazuma 11, yeah, that's the one I'm talking about. I'll be honest, I don't really like trade evolutions and all that stuff very much to begin with. I've never really liked some of those aspects of the Pokemon games. I'm more of a like, I don't know. I just like... The online trading has helped a lot with some of that in later games, but I'm the kind of guy that just wants to be able to experience everything with just playing it single player. I don't really... I kind of get annoyed sometimes with requiring knowing other people who have the game. I was doing fine there. Yeah, I do. I've seen some people even say they prefer the third versions, but those were probably people who waited to buy the third versions anyway. I'm definitely more of a fan of the DLC expansions. I thought the Sword and Shield expansions were actually a decent improvement over kind of the base game, and then... Wasn't crazy about the first Scarlet Violet expansion, but I like the second one, I think, more. I like the location a bit more, I think. I don't know what tires I chose. I just mashed A. Get me out of here! Oh my goodness, I'm just smacking into the tires. I'll take a second place at this point. Hello, Sir Blue Knight. Welcome. Hate that turn. Probably just gonna get second here, which is fine, considering how far ahead I've typically been. Even with my 0th place, I was still in a decent lead. Dude, back off! I'll take second. Let's see what my place is. Dude, I'm still so far in the lead. I think that might be even more than last time. That Nintendo only published quality games. Yep, only quality here, folks. This is the one he said to put the slow things on, or the turn stuff on? I get the ending looks a little rough, but the rest of it doesn't seem too bad. I did not check the weather conditions. Oh, 100% rain. This one is definitely wet. Let's see, that might be bad for me, though. Between this and Star Wars. Oh, there is a rain effect. What do you know? Great, now it'll be even harder to keep track of what's going on. Wonder what happens if you don't wear a wet tire in conditions like these. You probably slip around a lot, right? It's even harder to control. Ow. Yeah, doctor stuff can be stressful, so yeah, I hope you feel better soon too. Or get better, whatever it might be. Yeah, this isn't exactly the Game Boy's highest moment right now, is it? I've had some pretty good Game Boy titles, but a lot of the ports, I don't know. I don't know if I just haven't hit its stride yet, but... Oh, that was actually pretty good for a first lap. Should I just go with it? Should I try again? Technically, the Rescue Princess Blobat was original. And I didn't like that one. Let's try one more. Just learn the stage a little bit better. Yeah, I think that's kind of what it is. Penguin. There are good stuff on the game. There is good stuff on the Game Boy, but a lot of the ports, because of the hardware differences, has kind of made me not like a lot of the games as much. And granted, too, a big appeal of the Game Boy was that it's portable, and I'm just straight up not experiencing... Or, like, that's just, like, a part of the challenge that doesn't translate at all. Like, I don't know. Maybe this was fun on a long car ride, and you just... wanted to race a bunch. On a dimly lit screen. Making it even harder to see what was in front of you. I get kind of used to the Bumblebee sounds, to be honest. It sounds like worse when I first play, but I'm already used to them. I'm not sure how well trading is going to work. I think I should be. As long as it works with an EverDrive, I should be fine. I just can't remember if there's some weird hardware check that they do that's going to make it not work. Nice, first place. You couldn't imagine playing this. I guess it might. Honestly, it could be worse on a Game Boy. At least I have a bright screen. So I'm not going to change my car at all. That was good. For every mod. I think that's, like, if you've ever seen anyone do, like, a full console challenge, specifically, I pay a lot of attention to the Beast's N64 challenge. A lot of people are always like, oh, you're getting so many bad games done in a row. That means there's just gonna be more good ones in the later on, and it's like, I don't think you realize how much of a console's library is actually just not very good games. I think that's just the normal amount of bad games to good games ratio you're experiencing, and that's probably worse than what I'm doing, at least, too. Ow. Because what I'm doing is at least picking a publisher. If I was playing everything like on the NES and Game Boy, I'd probably have a lot of even worse games, frankly. Am I using my wet tires, man? This feels a little hard to control. I hope I selected them properly. I'm feeling a little bit dicey right now, though. Shouldn't be any difference. Yo, can you guys let me through? I hate it when they double up like this. These bumps are kind of gnarly, too. Boom, boom, boom. Ow, crashed into the car in front of me, majorly lost speed. Because they stink. I kind of hate it when there's two of them next to each other like this. It's so hard to get past them. Like, how do you get through this? Well, the tires are doing good for one lap. I don't think I need to pit stop this game at all. Dang it, right when I passed them, I goofed. And it's so hard to get back on the road sometimes. Yeah, that's true in kind of general for the whole kind of, oh, I miss how things used to be. Part of it is, I mean, maybe there is some variance from generation to generation, what kind of games you like and what kind of games you don't, but there's definitely, you're definitely more likely to remember the things you really do like than the ones you didn't. Well, for most cases. There might be some really bad ones you remember. That's just something you kind of always have to keep in mind when you think about the past. Alright, good night, Nino. Man, my placement struggled there. Well, I'm still pretty close to the guy in first, despite being in fourth place. Maybe this is just the rubber banding talking here. Oh, never mind. All of a sudden, he's way ahead of me. What the heck? I swear it wasn't that bad a second ago. Come on, please just let me past you. What did I hit there? How did I go? Was I off the road just a tiny bit? Well, the wet tires certainly don't run out of, like, I don't ever have to pit stop with them. So that's good. Come on. Let me get in front of you. Oh, I just got in front of you. And here's another car. Difficult to pass. That's bad. Ooh, what's the goal for the game? There's 12 races, I think, total, and I just have to be first by the end of all of them. My placement is actually really good right now. They make different cars do better each race, so that's really convenient, actually, for me. This is race number, what am I on? 5 or 6 now? Can't remember, I already forgot. It might just be 5, I think it's just 5. The problem is the races just take a long time. They're really slow. And there's kind of some time I spend on the qualifying race trying to get a good placement and just trying to learn the stages a little bit. It's definitely, I don't know. It's gotten a little better now that I'm getting a little better at the physics and all that, but I don't know, it's still not my favorite. That's for sure. I just don't think this first-person perspective works on the Game Boy. There's just not enough detail. I will say, playing through the NES, talking about looking at the past, has actually surprisingly made me enjoy... Oh, no. Enjoy the console more than I used to? Which I guess is a bit of the reverse effect from what I was talking about. Because I did play some of the bad stuff, too, but... Ooh, that was close. I still got past, though, because I had how much I had to break. I bumped there again. Maybe there's just a hill. I'd really like to get seconds, at least. And I'm not even that close to the guy. Dang, I was kind of hoping they'd pit stop, but... I don't know, it seems like they pretty accurately match. Why did I go so far off that time? I even tapped the brakes. The slow drone of swamp bees. Oh, I looked away. This is what I get for reading chat. This whole race might be toast. You're supposed to drive. Be quiet. I tried. Really, what you're supposed to do is you're not supposed to look at your cell phone while you're driving. That's what happened there. Ow. Who's the guy in second? I hope it's this guy, but it might be the guy in front. It is the guy in front. No! That was definitely a keep your eyes on the road moment. Man, these cars are just not wanting me through. This is not good. I really was hoping to get second. I can't even tell who the guy in second is, though. There's so many cars we're lapping now. No, it might even be this guy. But he's just not... I don't think I'm going to be able to get past him in time. Well, hold. I don't think it's happening. Well... Nope. Oh, let's see what place I get here. It's probably good enough, but... 8 points. I shouldn't reset, but I'm going to. I can do better than that. It was swamp bees that did me in. You made me have to reset. It's your fault I'm playing this game for so long. Exclusively you. It's definitely not me. I maybe should have just kept going there, but... feel like I can do better than that. I want as much of an advantage as I can. Ba-ba-dum. One, 800, 4. Yeah, this game, I'm definitely not quite as, maybe animated or all over the place for a game like this. Whoa, it's dry this time. Is that good or bad, though? Okay, so it's kind of random. So the potential issue with this is that I might have to pit stop. I kind of feel like pit stops are worse. Yeah, that's kind of the thing. Whenever someone gets more popular, chat becomes a little harder to have longer conversations with. Kind of just a part of a streamer's career, I guess. Okay, wait, it might be a lot easier, though, to control here. I also got the soft tires, though. Is it just me, or am I going faster? Oh, I think the pull time is down. So I think you actually move quicker, not... So rain is kind of a... Am I crazy, or is rain kind of a good thing? Because it means everyone moves slower, which means it's just a little easier to control, but maybe it's not. Maybe the turning is still worse. Keep resetting stages till I get rain. Didn't quite get the first place, but I never stay in first place anyway, so maybe this is just fine. This is like second. Third. I might just do it anyway. I'm curious to how the tires are gonna last on this stage. I don't know, it still seems like maybe not quite as long as the last one, but maybe I'm wrong. Let's see. I will say, having a chat to talk to does make the slower games a little bit better, because then there's just someone to chat with to fill in the empty times, you know? Although, unfortunately, for a game like this, like I was saying, that's why this game is kind of rough, is that it's slow-paced and hard to keep up with chat. On, please. Is that him there? He just zoomed ahead. They're cheaters. Now, hold on. I wouldn't go that far. No, I do like having you guys here. But I also wouldn't say, you know, I know you guys that personally or anything. A different sort of relationship, I guess. Whoa. I love you guys. Come on, let me get second. Okay. You like the percentage you add? Yep, I've been working on it for a while. Been wanting to do it. I actually worked on another thing that I totally forgot, too. That I'm not quite ready for yet. It's the, I want to add, like, a sort of a tier list table, but more it's just my placements from 1 through 10 for each console as well, just to show, like, kind of my average scores and stuff on a console, a visualization for where the new game fits in the grand scheme of things, but I kind of forgot I was working on it, and I haven't touched it in a while. Oh, I'm actually doing better so far. Although, yeah, my tires are definitely going down. Wow, this was terrible. My tires are going down a lot more. I think I am going to have to pit stop by the end. Believe it or not, those progress bars were actually kind of a pain to make. I tried doing some, like, online progress bar makers, and I just didn't like how they looked. Couldn't get it to do it how I wanted to. There wasn't enough customization, so I ended up programming an HTML page and used a progress bar library, or CSS, and sort of made it myself. And then I load the web page and record it for like a few seconds and then plop it at the end. I've never been very good at front-end web design. I'm a programmer by formal education, I guess. But I've never been very good at front-end web design, HTML and all that, so it was a bit of a struggle for me, even though it probably shouldn't have been. I actually worked on it mostly when I was sick. I just was having a hard time getting it finalized, and then me having an easy Game & Watch game finally gave me the time. Dude, Game & Watch games go so much faster to make. I can edit a video in a day if it's a Game & Watch game, but anything else takes me like a few days, or like half a week almost. You have to go, all right, see ya. Thanks for tuning in. I should just do the pit stop now, right? No reason to take a risk. The only concern is that with the other cars passing me, it might make things more difficult in the future. I guess it is a bit of a problem, but we'll see. Could probably go one more lap, but even that's a little scary, so I think I'm gonna do it. It's on a turn, which is a little odd. Ooh. Part of me still kind of wants to... I've had ideas for a while on doing, like, ranking games from every year. Or, like, doing... Maybe not ranking everything, but doing, like, a... What was my all-time... What was my favorite game? What was my... You know, do sort of a game of the year sort of thing for each year for Nintendo. Give out different sort of, like, talk about my favorites, my highlights and lowlights of each year. But it's really hard to, like, find the time to make new videos like that when I'm still trying to pump out a summary every week. I'd have to either sacrifice a summary video to make a video like that, or change something else up. Early years would obviously be a bit weird, but something I've wanted to do. And then do, like, bigger ones for each console, too. But I haven't really finished any consoles yet, besides the Color TV game at this point. And sort of the Game & Watch, although that's a weird one. Haven't finished on the summaries yet, though, even. So I imagine people are gonna pit stop here. And I'm hoping I can just pass everybody. Because there's no way their tires are still lasting. Yeah, okay, they're going into the pit stop. Now I can pass everybody. I did not pass the guy in first. Did he not pit stop? Oh, well. Yeah, I don't know if I certainly could do that at the end. Do everything at the end. Part of me would like to do it sooner, because I think it could be a good way to bring in new viewers. Having new types of videos, you know? And a good old tier list is always an eye catcher for a thumbnail. So part of me wants to do it sooner, but it is kind of tough to do right now with the summaries. The problem about summaries is that I feel like even if I, like, let's say I were to switch to an every other summary video every other week, that extends my time by, like, I don't know, a long time. Even one a week is not enough to get through all the games, frankly. Or, like, it will be, but it'll be, like, what is it? I think I did the math. It was, like, 20 years or something to go through every game. Where's the guy in first? Oh, there he is. Part of me wants to, like, would hope at some point to maybe get an editor and do 2 videos a week, but I don't know if that's feasible. Even still. As cool as it would be. Alright, second place. I'll have to take it. It was Senna again, though. It's the same person as last time. But I should be... Yeah, now I'm 10 ahead, so I'll take that. Yeah, if I get big enough, getting an editor is possible, but that's still a lot of script writing. A lot of, like... Oh, shoot, wait, I got the wrong screenshot. A lot of script writing, a lot of recording, a lot of potential re-recording, a lot of reviewing work. 2 videos a week is just a lot really... Whoa, this is a weird one. Montreal. Is this stage 6? One, according to this guide, at least 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, this might be 7 already. They said this guy. This is definitely different though. Like this guy says this is 7 laps. Or it looks like the SNES or NES version, whatever this is, has more laps. 7 laps, and then some are 6. There's some rough looking turns here. I just did not set my car up at all. Oh well. Hiring, I know a thing that could be nice about an editor though, too, though. Well, I don't know. I'd always have to balance between streaming more and working on videos more. And I guess with how far ahead my streams are than my videos, it'd probably be a better idea to work on my videos more than my streams if I was given the choice. Now that I think about it, so. Ow. Even if streaming more. One thing I might want to ask my YouTube audience is if I were to do like summaries of entire consoles or like a tier list of every game on a console, I would imagine they'd probably want me to wait until after I've done all the summaries, right? I feel like doing that even if I've done it on stream but haven't done it on all the summaries. This is something I've wrestled with too. I think we've talked about it a bit before. I feel like the YouTube audience would probably rather prefer it afterwards. We toyed with the idea of having the VOD channel have like an unedited version of me going through everything, but I'm not sure I want to stream that stuff anyway. That might all be pre-recorded, you know, content with a script and everything, rather than me just ad-libbing. That was really bad. Maybe just do the normal gear here on this one. Yeah, I think doing it later would be probably better. I guess I'd just get like antsy and won't be like, oh man, but what if it will help the channel more out to do it now, but whatever. That's why the year things could be fun. It's a good like thing I could start doing now. The problem is, right now, I'll be honest, I still struggle to get my videos done in a week. I'm working probably working on this stuff more than 40 hours a week just to get them out. Unless there's a Game & Watch. If there's a Game & Watch, then I'm golden. I was pumping out 2 Game & Watches a week earlier on in the challenge. I don't know how many of you guys were there for that, but at the like the earlier times, I was able to pump out 2 a week on my own, but I feel like I'm doing more history now than I used to as well. That's kind of changed things up a bit too. Like there was plenty to talk about with the Goonies. Because I went over the Play Choice 10 as well. That was better. Still not great, though. Let me just see what happens if I actually go down to the even lower gear. See if this is better or worse. Just joined after I started Fake Fan. I know, unless you guys... The only real fan I have from the Twitch streams, although I don't even see him anymore. There was one guy, G&B Studios. I think the time change might have been harder for him. I'm not sure. That was, I think, my first consistent viewer back in the really early days of the challenge. But when I shifted to earlier in the day, I don't know if it worked as well. Or, you know, he just moved on to something else. I can't lie, I've done that with people's content too, so. I'm not gonna judge y'all for if you ever suddenly stop showing up, frankly. Life is life. Your interests are your interests, you know? It'd be very hypocritical of me to expect people to be here the whole way through when I haven't done that for other people. I'm actually not. It's kind of funny, and in some ways it's probably hurt my overall, like, presence online. I've never been much of a one to get very involved in other communities anyway. Like, I actually am usually a lurker when it comes to streams and all that. Okay, Suji doesn't count because he's my brother. Of course he's been here since the start. Same with Dr. Bop. Who was the second consistent viewer? I want to say it was Magic Jewelry Nerd. I'm trying to remember if there was anyone else before him. Someone else who was there for a while and then I stopped seeing. I can't quite recall though. Okay, that was worse. Let me try one more time with actually all the way back up to the high gear. I'm honestly not going too much into the Goonies itself history. It's the Play Choice 10 that's eating up most of the time. I'm talking about it some, but not a lot. Focusing a bit more on just the arcade port of it and all that. Turbo was pretty early on, too, although I can't quite remember when I first started seeing him. He had a slightly different name at first. It was Turbo the F-Zero lad, I believe. And then Nino had a different name, too, but I forgot it already. Because it was notably different. He was pretty early as well. And then Turtle was a little later. One more time, I guess. I don't know. Still surprising to me that a Goonies game was even made, not only in Japan, but was exclusive to Japan. Such a... like, it's not what I would have expected at first glance. I tried to find, like, international sales information on the Goonies, and I got kind of the movie itself. And I got kind of conflicting numbers. Oh, wow, that did not go... Why did I turn left there? I guess it is a little bit dip up. And that, well, technically, the Goonies did leave Japan on the Play Choice 10 and Versus system, in a way. through the arcade. So that's kind of a funny. It's just a funny situation. Yeah, I talk about that, Turtle. That doesn't really answer why it came to exist, though. Like, how did a Japanese company get started working on a Goonies game? They were looking for a Goonies 2. That is kind of funny, too. Yeah, I guess if you didn't know about the original Goonies, Goonies 2 sounds like it's based off of a sequel movie. That is kind of funny. I hadn't thought about that. Well, I'm not playing the second game, so I'm not going to talk about that one too much. This race looks like it's going to be a rough one. The way things are going. Ow. The game is... I know, you get a little used to it. Both the sound and the visuals. Dude, I'm doing worse, but I'm not even that far behind the guy in first. Weird. Maybe I need to pick the... Maybe... I don't know, man. Maybe with the other cars, a lower gear is even better. It's just so hard not to bump off-road. Not a lower gear, but a... what do they call it? Gear ratio or something? Is that what it was? I don't even look like I'm that far behind the guy in first, but I'm in 8th place, which is terrible. Yeah, I guess I would have maybe believed a straight to TV or straight to DVD or whatever you call it. I can't remember what the term is. Sequel of the Goonies existed. I'd believe it. Ow, dude, I'm doing so bad. Oh, that's the pit stop. I'm gonna need a pit stop. What has changed? Have the stages really gotten that much larger? Man, this is awful. I'm doing so bad. What's my gear right now? I don't even remember. I wonder if I would do better at a lower gear ratio. I keep messing up this last turn pretty badly. I think that's one big problem I've had right now. One thing I need to fix. Yo, where the heck is this pit stop? Oh, this is so bad. Oh, no, wait, where is this pit stop? Oh my goodness, finally. This is awful, though. I need to... Either that or it'll be a reboot. One or the other, right? All of a sudden, I am way behind. Did the guy in front not go for the pit stop? Wow, this is an awful race. I'm struggling on this one. No, he didn't stop there either. Dude, what do I need to change about this? This is abysmal. Oh my goodness, I just dropped from 170 to 120 when that guy goes in front of me. Maybe I need a better starting position? I don't know. This one's gonna be not good. Makes you wonder if I need to hold an even bigger L than usual. Wow, I gained 1 placement. I went from 0 points to 0 points. This is going way worse than I feel like I have been. My concern is that they'll only just continue to get harder, though. You know? I'm actually making ground. Ow. I am actually going to put a few movie clips in. But don't be surprised when you see that they're actually mirrored. And they're cropped and smaller to fit on my screen walls without just switching to it entirely. I don't want to get in trouble. I also didn't realize that the main song in that game, for like the first few stages at least, is actually a rendition of the Goonies Are Good Enough song from the movie. I don't know if I'd get in trouble for that either. You'd think an 8-bit version wouldn't, but you never know. Yeah, that's not good. No, I'm tired. Do not want that. So when I do catch up what games, I think there's enough other games that I could consider Nintendo games that I think will honestly last forever. Between everything I've talked about potentially doing, I think I've still got so many games that I don't have much to concern about. And then if I actually did run out, what I'm talking about here, oops, I forgot, that's not the password screen. So like, for example, I can go back and play the Play Choice 10 variant of every NES game, even though I've already played the NES game. I could play anything that features Nintendo characters, or ones they distributed but didn't publish, or ones they developed but didn't publish. Stuff like that. And I think that would add a long time. But let's say I even ran out of that. Yeah, Suji just mentioned it there. If I even ran out of that, I could go back and play games and do like all the difficulties. I could do a lot of things. I could just switch to the rare challenge because I've done so many of them already. There's quite a few out there actually on the NES that they did that I still haven't touched, but Probably wouldn't take me too long. But no, I think there's enough I could do related to the challenge. I don't know if I'd ever 100% every game, but I could more thoroughly do all difficulties in games. I could do a Game & Watch series on getting maximum scores. There's definitely more I could do in relation to the games I've already played. So, I honestly think I probably have enough to last me a lifetime. And then, of course, I'd want to play new games as they come out. Wonder, it'll feel different, though, if I do that, because the summaries... Well, it'll be interesting, because on the one hand, the summaries I could probably spend more time on, frankly. Because I don't know if I'd be maintaining a weekly schedule anymore at that point. Maybe I would still be trying to with replaying older games and stuff. But one thing kind of interesting is that a lot of stuff about the development of games isn't known until quite a few years after they come out. Like, let's even talk about what development team... I guess you can check the credits. But, you know, we often don't know who makes games until they come out and people watch the credits. I could play game... There's actually so much I could do with Game Boy Wars. I think if I was to go back to Game Boy Wars, even though that wouldn't happen anytime soon, if I were to go back to Game Boy Wars, what it would probably be is just the other campaign. But technically, I could play the game on the higher IQ settings, and I could also play the game with fog. Like, I could... If I wanted to do, like, the most difficult... I could crank up the fog and crank up the IQ, although I have a feeling cranking up the IQ would just make them take even longer. Oh, that one comes fast. Are there arrows even there? That would not be the first game I return to, though, to 100%. That's for sure. And I'm just not good at this stage. It's really windy. Nine hours of circus music. Oh, it would be longer than 9 hours in the end. Well, maybe a single CPU turn would take 9 hours. Maybe I should play that in the background while I play this game. Okay, I gotta get better at this ending, too. I need to slow way down for it. I don't know if that was any better. Man, I'm not finding something that's working here. This stage is kind of messing me up. I got that song in my head. Okay, I'm gonna try to get better at that. There's 2 turns right now that I'm really feeling like I'm struggling with. There's one here after the pits. That comes really suddenly. Are there even arrows? It's a left turn, too, and there's not arrows. I keep thinking it's a right turn. So there's no arrows, and it's a left turn. So it's opposite of what I keep thinking it is on the map. No wonder I keep screwing up so much there. That's a bit of a hard turn, too. I haven't been doing super great on that one. And this stage is just nasty all around. It's kind of funny. Something I've learned. I'm starting my script for world-class track meet now. I think this was actually like the first exercise game Athletic World was. Atari was working on something with like a bike that didn't actually ever exist. A whole-on bike attachment because it was like right around the time of the crash. Row, row, row your boat. I can't find a setup I like here. But I also realized the box art I looked at that I thought was a PAL box was not. It was still a US one, I think. But I did find, so there's a version, I don't know if it was the only version released in Europe. There was a big box I found that was the PAL box, or that was a PAL box that included Athletic World and the pad, or the mat. But I'm not really sure. Oh, there is arrows. They flash for like a brief second. And that one definitely did not have Nintendo's barcode on it. But I don't know if there was an individual cart sold in Japan then. I mean, in Europe, I'm not sure. I couldn't find any pictures of it. I found pictures of the cart, and they did still have Bandai's logo on it. But I couldn't find that. Just straight up the box art for Athletic World for Europe, without it being the huge box. The huge box was definitely still Bandai, not Nintendo. But I don't know if there was like a small release window or thing that Nintendo did release, and I can't find it. Doesn't look like it though, because like I said, the cart pretty heavily features Bandai's logo on it still. So I'm still definitely not convinced Nintendo ever published it. Especially because most other sites say they didn't, like Moby Games and stuff. It's a little better. These times are still terrible. Just trying different configurations to see if I can find something I like. This is rough. This stage is not good. I mean, I could hold a 0.0 and try to tie, but ugh. Don't totally like the sound of that. I'm going so slow right now. Now I'm taking that a little bit too much to the left. The worst part is it's even worse when I'm racing because I don't have the soft tires and there's cars too. I might even accept something like a 3rd place on this one, to be honest. But my concern is if I just keep accepting bad placements and the races just keep getting harder and harder. I might upload my Athletic World VOD on the day of the summary video. I don't normally update VODs on the summary video days, but I might just for that one. Because it's not really a... I keep getting this same kind of time, man. Maybe it's time I get better at, or I start learning manual gear shifting. Ugh. It does let you accelerate a little faster. You just have to be... The thing I don't like about the manual shifting is the fact that maybe I should try it at least once, but I don't like the current miles per hour is all the way up there on the top left. When I'm focusing really hard on the screen, I kind of have a hard time, like, paying attention, or, like, it would be difficult to try to manage them both at once. What the heck? I don't normally fly off there. Terrible. I'm just worried the stages are only going to continue to keep getting windier, you know? Man, what's I have a lower... I didn't change my tail at all, so why is the gear shift being higher, causing this much of a difference? Maybe I'm just going faster, so it's harder to turn? That must be it. Definitely just a bit of a poor execution this time. It's actually better. For how much I messed up, that's potentially a sign that I could do even better. Try again. Do I think Nigel Mansell plays this game before to bed every night? Probably. It has your name on it. How could you not? He probably just plays the mode, though, where it's just him driving for you and you can't even control. You're just watching him play the game. That's probably all he does and just thinks it's and acts like it's him actually playing. He just plays the Nigel Mansell mode the whole time. Is this Montreal? Is this the Canada stage? You guys' race course stinks. It's probably not going to be the hardest one in the game, though. I bet you it's going to get worse. Or how even remotely close these are to actual races. Is he still raced? Does anyone know? I don't, like I said, I don't really follow racing very much. That was my best time yet. I might just have to take that. 5th place, still not really ideal. Let me try one more thing, though. Well, maybe 2 more things. Do you think he even remembers this exists? It's on a mantle of his fireplace. Honestly, probably not. And even if he remembers making a video game, he probably doesn't remember that there was one on the Game Boy. For being real. I kind of wonder, I always got to wonder how much those, like, professional names, just, like, how much of it is them even knowing what's going on? Is it just their agent signing some contract on their behalf? I imagine they have to know to some degree, but wouldn't be surprised if it's not much. I can't imagine Chris Everett and Ivan Lundell paid that much attention to a random tennis game on the NES. It is kind of funny that Mike Tyson is like one of the hardest video game bosses ever. I guess I wouldn't mind having my name go down in gaming history that way. Okay, that was definitely worse. The high gear is definitely not good for this stage. I'm gonna try one more stupid thing. 95, 2010. There's a bit of a 15-year difference between those two, but sure. Honest mistake. So he's retired. How old is he now? I guess if he was racing well in the 80s. No, wait, 90s. This is early 90s. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how long you can race for before your old age catches up to you. I didn't prepare for this spot. Dang it. I feel like this is not a good run now to know if this is a good setup or not. Man, it's so weird. Sometimes, like, I hold to the side, and it doesn't look like he does it till, like, I don't know. Maybe it's just the turning. It's really, something about the physics of this game is just a little unpleasant. Or maybe a lot unpleasant. Oh man, I wasn't even holding the gas for a while. I kind of want to try this again, but it may not. Like, that was still a 148, actually. I've got one more idea. I want to try two more things. So let's try shallow, medium, with better driving. He is 71. Yeah, I wonder how long you can drive for. I don't want to start like this, unfortunately. Still starting out kind of rough. I can definitely tell the steering is a lot harder with this low wind tail. And the problem is, again, I lose my soft tires for the actual race, so it's rough. Spend a lot of time just on the practice here. I have kind of one more idea that I want to try. So I guess if I can't get this without swerving off-road, then I can't get it without swerving off-road. I don't know if my runs will ever get much better. Like, you get so slow there. I was still... No, that was 50. That was not good. I thought that was really good, but it was not. Alright, I'm gonna try... this. So my top speed is better because of the airfoil, but controlling isn't the greatest, but I got a high acceleration. I got no idea. You can go as long as you want. Yeah, I guess I'm just wondering, like, what age... Like, I feel like driving, you know, wouldn't be quite as hard as something like an actual physical sport to keep going at old age, but at the same time, vision can be something that goes when you get older. So maybe it is worse than I realize. And I guess your reaction times are necessary too. Are there actual age limits in a lot of sports? I'm not actually even aware. Like, I get that you probably wouldn't be hired if you were old and not playing well for, you know, a football team. But is there an actual, like, age limit that they put? Oh, I thought that was the end of the race. I was like, dude, that was a crazy good time. But that was not the end of the race. That was not that good at all. That one time I did do good, man. What was I... What was my setup? I don't remember now. It certainly wasn't this. I don't recall what it was, unfortunately. Was it just medium? It might have been. Well, here we go. I'm gonna try again, although I don't have a whole lot of hope for this. Yeah, that's what I would imagine is usually what happens, is once you start getting older, you just can't keep playing well, you know? How did I go flying so far off that time? Oh, I guess I don't have the soft tires. That's probably part of the problem here. Be a lot harder without them. I don't know, maybe I should change my wind thing back up. Wonder how worth it is just to move like slowly but not go off at all. But it's then you go so man. This race is rough. Should I actually just hold the L? Take a 0-point game or race? I'm worried about how much harder it's going to get if I do that, though. I just am not seeing a whole lot of improvement on this one. Or even a lot of opportunity to catch up. It's like impossible to get in front of cars, man, in certain situations. Man. The turning in this is difficult. I feel like after that last one went fairly well. Well, I guess I lost once. I got third once. Man, the moment you just start going off, it's so bad. There's that stupid part that gets me. I thought for some reason I already passed it, but I definitely had not. Guess I could try the real race with less acceleration. Or more acceleration, less top speed, but I just worry about even being able to pass them if I do that. With how the qualifying race typically goes when I do that. Going off a little bit isn't always bad. Sometimes it definitely is worse than others, at least. Man, I actually passed somebody for once. Me hitting him there messed me up. Slowed me down, and then I already had put on the brakes, so it did even worse. Look how close I am, though, to the guy in first here. Even though I'm in 8th place? Doesn't quite make sense to me. Okay, remember to hang left first. Still slowed down so much. I don't know, maybe I should pick the gear ratio that lets me have higher acceleration. I'm just not doing well here. This one is so much... Like, this one feels so much more difficult than the others so far. I'm worried that every race is going to start feeling like this, but I don't know if it will necessarily. Man, sometimes I turn so little and sometimes I turn so much, man. It's so hard. This probably has to do with my current speed or something. Kind of need a pit stop here. Did they pit stop or not? Almost looks like they didn't. Ah. Wait, that wasn't the pit stop? Oh, I'm so dumb. Man, this is so rough. Did they not pit stop? Is the CPU cheating? One thing I could do is try, like, pit stopping on the second so that I have an opportunity to pass them without having the cars around me. But I don't know if that's remotely a good idea. It's obviously easier to pass the cars if they're in the pit stop than when we're lined up like this because of how obnoxious they are. How difficult they make it to get in front of them. This game's gonna end up being harder than Ninja Gaiden 3 after all. Messed up that last turn again. It's a lot harder without the tires. Maybe I should do the acute angle and low gear. It's definitely slower, but with all the cars around, maybe it's what I need to do. At this point, I'll take any placement almost that's not last place. It just scares me for the rest. Does the CPU in first never pit stop on the stage, or am I imagining things? This stage is miserable, man. Not a fan of this one. Yeah, I wouldn't think driving is quite as physically requiring as a lot of sports, but there are still some physical aspects that getting old would mess you up on, like your sight and reaction time, like you're saying. Hey, all I'll say is if I was in an actual F1 race, I probably wouldn't have a chat open. Can you imagine? Man, you like slow down so much. Oh, what position do you have to be to at least earn points? Even the minimum amount? Oh, that's so little though. 6th. This will be the same again where they tie me. Wait, I didn't even see their placements. I don't want it though. I don't know what you're talking about, Turtle. A lot of G's? I'll admit I don't know much about racing, though. Could be more physical. Like, I don't know, maybe the steering is, like, requires a lot of arm strength or something. Oh, it's like it requires a lot of strength to kind of keep your positioning. Yeah, it could be. I don't know. I've never done it. Obviously. I didn't really consider that aspect of it. It's not a casual stroll down the neighborhood, that's for sure. How does he go 120 miles per hour? What? I never go that fast. So yeah, I guess it is more physically demanding in that aspect than I really realized. Oh, I keep forgetting that I kind of want to try manual just to see what it's like. The problem is, you said you kind of want to switch before you reach your peak. I still don't know if it's quite on the same level as some sports, but at least not the same way. I do miss having these wheels for the main race. But unless you can only change it once, it's not really worth it to bring them to the big races. You know, the bit of extra turning doesn't save you as much time as it takes to pit stop. Again, unless somehow that you only end up needing to swap once, but I don't think so. Even on those older races, I think it was looking like I had to swap twice. I don't know if there's like, is where just the distance you travel, or does it actually, like, how much you go off-road affect it too, though? I'm not actually sure. Done better than that. Oh, I was gonna try manual. Probably regret this. Just to see it at least once, too. How obvious does it make it that you need to shift gears, or do I straight up just have to watch? Wait, oh, I have to push down? No. Wait, I'm so confused. Okay, I do have to push down. Okay, that was a little weird. The controls felt funky, even. Definitely was not a fan of that, but maybe I just didn't get it. Oh. I can't even shift down. Oh, now I can shift down. I don't know, it's odd. I don't think I'm gonna be able to manage this well. It's like really hard to actually shift gears. I'm like it's not even shifting always when I tell it to. Did I select manual even? I think I did. I do not understand it. I'm kind of curious, like, what kind of strain are you talking about? Like, does it just make you achy? Does it mean you have to, like, resist the force? What does it actually do? It's awful. If I need to do manual, it's going to take me way too long to get used to it. I was not a fan of it. Maybe the secret is that miles per hour actually makes you do worse. See, look how fast it's shifting. I was going slower than that. Man, I slowed down so much for that turn, and I still got off. Yeesh. That was actually not bad. Especially if I didn't do that mess up. Let me try this again. Is it like... just make you feel rotten? Like, I'm still... what the heck? Still having a hard time wrapping my head around what it would... what the actual strain is that you're kind of that we're talking about here. Just trying to wrap my head around it. Man, that turn is not going well. It's gonna be worse than last time. I'm not even sure, honestly, what's the better way to take corners. Is it to start out then go in? The way this game works, it almost seems like it might be better just to hug the inside, which seems a little odd. I went too much that way. I have a really... this part here in the middle with the pits is actually really hard for me to judge. What the course is doing for some reason. It's like either the arrows aren't as useful or what. I'm not exactly sure. It's messing me up. Yeah, is it actually better to hug the inside of corners when you're turning? Just due to the nature of this game? Seems a little odd, but it might be. Maybe. I'm not sure yet. Of course, then you risk something like that. No, then you... dude, I don't know. It is so hard for me to tell what's the best way to drive in this game. It's so difficult. Maybe I just need to go again for it, but like, ugh. This is a rough one. Okay, not too bad. Might have been too much of a slowdown. Just didn't want to go off-road. I always wonder with some of these old games how much like play testing actually went into it, especially a port like this. Where'd you come from? Man, even that was the best I could do. Man. It wasn't even that great. Almost wonder if this would be easier, you know, on a wet day. If everything's like slower, including the CPU. Although I do worry a bit about how difficult the turns would be, I guess. I just wonder if slower and steady is kind of the way for me to, like, at least hang on to a decent position on this race. Even if I can't get first. Oof, still almost went off there. Like, right now, I'm not really gaining any ground on them, am I? It's the problem with choosing the high wind, low gear. Kind of a problem with the low gear in general. Although it is keeping me at a slightly more manageable speed, I'm just not making any progress. Guess it's better than the 8th place that I often do, but still. Man, oh, I still went off so much. And now I lose a place, am I just toast? Oh man, this stage. Should I just go with a terrible score? See what happens if I can recover? This current setup, I'm not gaining any ground on them. I'm just not. I'm literally not going fast enough. This high tailwind, low gearbox. Or high tail, whatever you call it, the acute angle. And yet, look at how I'm actually not too far away from the guy in first. Where is everything? No, now I'm not. Whoa, what the heck? Are the turns just, like, bigger than they actually are on the map or something? It might be. I guess I could maybe try doing even better on the qualifying lap and then, like, maintaining a speed. Maintaining a place for the whole course. Because I've been kind of maintaining this. I lost 1 rank because I played poorly. How many races have you done? I think this is race number 6. So only 5. I think. I'm not even actually sure. But, like, I may even need to switch to the medium gearbox for this. Oh, shoot. I shifted to soft tires. I'm so toast. Dude, I'm never gonna get out of here. Maybe I should just try with a bad place and run with it. I don't even think these softs will last to the end. Do I usually do it on the 4th lap instead of the 3rd? I don't know why I thought I'd do it on the 3rd. I don't think these softs are gonna last, though. Dig dabbit. I guess that is one case to use softs. If you're like, if you're on the... Actually, I wonder how much... It's like, what if I did hard, and then on lap 4 I switched to soft? I wonder if that's actually feasible. I'm not so sure it is. Is he stuck? Oh, that was weird. Yes, as in I think I have only done 2 races today. That's it? Really? I only passed 2 cars? I'm gonna blow up anyway. I don't even know if I can make it. So, like, let's say I did go to lap 4 and try to change to soft for 4 and 5. Doesn't look like I'm gonna make it. It'd be nice if I did, because then I could actually change to soft for the ending, but I don't think I can. Well, maybe I could. Hold on. Okay, I can. Interesting. So that's one thing I can do. I could even start with soft. Chain. No, wait, can I? It's a slightly different distance. Well, guys, I gotta go to the pit stop again. See you later. I almost should just let my tires blow up. This dude here who lifts me up. Hello, Game Boy Land. How are you doing? So they made the Super Game Boy. I'm just thinking back on that now. They made the Super Game Boy, which supports the Game Boy. They made the Game Boy Player, which supports, well, I guess everything, but it was made around the time of the GBA. Nothing like that for the Game Boy Color, though, dedicated. Or nothing dedicated for the Game Boy Color, though. This makes you miss Rad Racer. I definitely did enjoy... We didn't talk about that earlier when we were talking about racers. I definitely prefer that one over this. Both of them. Alright, I might hold the L here and just see what the later races are like. Because I can't seem to get anything better than 0 points on this one, no matter how hard I try. Wish it was a different person getting first. Well, let me see how this race looks. Not happy with that, but I don't know, man. I wasn't able to make anything work. Try this for starters. I think there's a very good chance I'm gonna go back, but let's just see. I always say it, man. The ones you don't expect to be brutal are the ones like that you don't know much about. Random sports game on the NES. Turns out it's got a whole tennis campaign mode where you got to go through a gajillion tournaments. I don't know. Titles like this scare me. They could be short, but they can be terrible. That is one thing I have learned in this challenge. Don't underestimate the random games you don't know. It might just be the worst ones. Surprised I got on as quickly as I did there. Dude, I can't even see! Hello? Oh my goodness. That was so far above the whole time. Man, I didn't even feel like I played that much. Or like I didn't go off that much. Oh, this game. I might have to go back, guys. I don't think I did good enough on the previous race with how tough this one looks like it might also be. No, Game Boy Wars was still way longer than I thought it was going to be. I was kind of hoping it was going to be Famicom Wars Lite. Turns out it was Famicom Wars Plus Plus Plus. I would say that one still surprised me in the end. Sometimes, I was holding right, and I was barely moving, and the stage was turning left. No, I mean turning right. No, left. Doesn't make any sense to me. Well, not knowing the sport isn't necessarily a terrible thing. It really just depends on what sort of campaign mode the game has and all that. You know, it wasn't my lack of F1 knowledge that's making this game rough. It's just the game being rough. Thank you for that. We'll see. Maybe it will mess me up, though. Maybe I'll eat my words. Oh, I hated this part. The part where you just literally can't see. Man, why is my time so bad? What? Maybe this one's straightaways mean I should pick a higher gear? Starting on 12th like this is just like, it's impossible to do well. Passing these cars alone is just so difficult. Like, look at this. They're just covering the road in front of me, forcing me to go at a slower speed. It's so irritating. And then I go off for a little bit, and for some reason, I just can't get back on the road easily. Ugh. Sorry, guys. I'm getting so frustrated with this game. Man, just let me through. So obnoxious. Oh, shoot. Should I have made a pit stop? Look at my tires already. I didn't pick soft, did I? I don't think I did. I hate the other car. I feel like doing good on the qualifying race is so important to doing well in this game. Because of how obnoxious it is to pass cars. If I didn't have to worry about that so much, this wouldn't be nearly as bad, but they just cover up so much of the road. It's so difficult to pass them. My tire's gonna blow out. That actually really scares me for the final race. If by lap 2 my tire's exploding. I must have picked soft. This must be the soft tires, right? There's no way this isn't. There's no way the hard tires only lasted this long. I must have picked the soft tires by mistake. It's like the only explanation. Oh, it's starting to rain too, mid-race. That's kind of weird. Game Boy War's the biggest surprise? Maybe. Again, you are right that I was expecting it to take some time at least, though. But I can't think of another game that, like, I expected it to be an instant, and it ended up being ridiculously long. Oh my goodness, I put my wets on, didn't I? Because it just feels different without those soft tires. Dude, oh, this game's gonna ruin me. Ugh, because I just only feel like I'm doing worse and worse. Maybe I just need a break from it. Look how much I'm skidding. Do I not? I guess that's just because it's raining, but I thought I put the wet tires on. I thought that made it... Like, last time I did a wet stage, it didn't feel this bad. Holy moly. Did I not put my wet tires on? I swear I did. Jeez. Oh. The goal for this one is I have to get first place after 12 races, and I'm on like race 6. Technically this is 7, but I think I'm gonna go back to 6. I'm just out of control now. I must not have put my wets on. Do you see how fast this is going down too? I'm so confused. All right, I'm gonna go. Anyway, I need to go back to the previous one. This is not working. I'm probably not even halfway done, C-Pink. This is a rough one. It just feels, it's so hard to play. Unfortunately, I need to pull up my stream here because I lost my previous password. So give me a second. Oh man, when did I even get my password? That was a while ago. Oh wait, I might have done 3 stages today. So I might be on 7 actually. I'm not sure. Man, the previous stage before this was not that bad, but maybe I shouldn't have been accepting second places. Okay. Yep, like I was saying, you can... Oh, oops. I was like, where's my password? You cannot underestimate games like this. The ones you don't know are the scariest. Like, if you were like really good at the game, I don't know why you would play this game enough to be really good at it, but if you were really good at this game, you know, a playthrough would be a lot faster. It doesn't help that so part of what makes this game so slow is that the races themselves are super long. So if you fail, you gotta go and do that whole race again. You know? I hate this stage. Oh, I'm back here again because I need to do better. Let's try this again. I don't think this is gonna be good, but I'm gonna try practicing this one a little bit more. What are the other two that I have to do again for the Game Boy? I already forgot. Magnetic Soccer is one of them. Foosball game. What's the other one again? Oh, Little Mermaid. Yeah, I have no idea what even kind of game Little Mermaid is. I wouldn't expect that one to be too long, but you never know. So last time on the race, I tried like maximum acceleration and turning, minimum top speed, and it was literally just impossible to pass cars, so that's not the play on this stage. I don't know what the play is, though. That was a decent time. Could probably play a little better and get a slightly better placement. I keep trying this setup. Capcom, yeah, they've never failed me once. Never once. Star Wars was actually someone else. It was just a Capcom pretended they did it. What? Oh, you gotta be kidding me. That already, I think it just wrecked this run. I lost so much speed by that guy ramming into me like that. Apparently just getting off the acceleration is not enough for that turn. It's so funny to me. So I like difficult games. You can tell by my Ninja Gaiden 3 score that I still like them, even if they're ridiculous. But what I can't stand is a difficult game I don't like. Then it's just a miserable experience. Wow, that was awful. And this race, see how much different this race was? I think it's because I crashed into that guy. I hope there isn't something I'm missing about this game. Doesn't seem like there is, but I hope there's not. Some secret turbo mechanic. Holding up is actually faster. Maybe I need to watch Nigel Mansell play some. Oops, I was too busy looking at my speed. Already a ruined run. I wish it was easier to reset. You kind of can't unless you see the whole thing through. Guess it's practice at least. Wonder if I should be putting on the brake more. Can you, or actually, let me try that. Let me try braking with gas on. Maybe that's better than I think it is. So far, I've been, like, holding off gas, and then if I notice it's really bad, I push brake, but maybe a combo. Maybe just always holding gas and then pushing brake when I need it is actually the play. Actually, hold on. This feels kind of good, doesn't it? I still flew off there. Some of them I might have to put off the gas, too. Oh, let me try that a little more. Ninja Gaiden, I just think it's fun. I don't know what it is. Ultimately, that's why I like it. I like the mechanics a lot. Especially 3. By 3, they've really refined a lot of the problems the older ones had. Or, like, the original had. Well, I think part of me overall likes the design, general design of, like, the stages and stuff more in the first one. It's, like, some of the problem I have with the later Ninja Gaidens is they kind of force you to slow down a bit too much sometimes. Because of, like, they added more stage hazards and stuff, but it kind of forces you to slow down the game, which wasn't as present, I felt like, in the first. Ow, that did not work. But by 3, I felt like the mechanics were pretty solid. That one, too. I'm holding brake, like, the whole time, and that's not enough, so I probably, for some of these, still need to let off the gas a little bit still. I would say the Ninja Gaiden games have probably been my favorite third-party games overall, like, series that I hadn't played before. I guess I haven't played that many series. Like, I would maybe still say I like Mega Man more, but I've played all those a million times, you know? But then again, how many new series even were there for me? Okay, I feel like I can maybe still make this work. Don't know about on the real race, though. What's my car setup even like? Let me try medium. With this slight shift. The problem is that even with doing the qualifying races like this, the change in tires makes it so I can't play the same way. Although I think on this one, I can switch to soft tires for like the last 2 laps, essentially. Use hard tires for the first 3 and then soft for the ending. I just did not remember. Like, that was different than I thought it was going to be. I'm stupid. I'm gonna be happy when this one is over, though. Watch as you just get credits regardless of what your placement is. I'd still want to get first, I think, overall. I don't think this time is going to be bad, and it was with a pretty bad mess up at the beginning. Might try a slightly different tailwind angle, too. Not the worst time, especially for how badly I messed up. Let me try it. I'm gonna try one more slight tweak. I don't know if the fastest gearbox is the best for this. Or the highest gear ratio. That's what it's called, gear ratio. Ugh, I just can't even... Again, I feel like getting a good qualifying time is really important, and I can't figure it out on this stage. And then when I finally do get a good time, I'm going to whiff it all on a bad run. That's the terrifying part. A little bit wonky, but not too bad. Oh, I slowed down way too much there, I felt like. I don't know, I guess it wasn't the worst. Should I watch Nigel Mansell do this? Figure out what I'm doing wrong. Have him show me the secret strats. Okay, that was my best time yet. It still wasn't the best, but I don't think I've done that good yet. Do I go with this? Let me try one more thing. Yeah, the practical reason is to watch Nigel Mansell. It was his requirement for, beginning the game, is you have to watch in awe as he plays. I might check it out after my next attempt here. It's a little more off than I want it to be. It's definitely harder to control. Hitting a car there is bad. Guess it wasn't the worst spot to have it happen, though. Dude, these cars are ruining this run. Oh, can you stop it? Okay, I gotta try this again because this has just been completely ruined by that. It slows you down so much. It's kind of ridiculous. Why are they even here on the qualifying race, huh? That was worse. That was because of the cars, though. I'm almost certain of it. It's actually kind of crazy how much of a difference they make. I want to try it again, because I don't feel like that was a real run. How many Game Boy Color games are there total again? It's on that meta tab. Man, I even held the brakes there. Yeah, that was bad. I just looked away. I wish I could just reset without having to do the whole password thing. This run is definitely just bad now. I hope there isn't something glaringly obvious that I'm missing about this game. That would really stink. It's too bad I had those screw-ups. I feel like the cars haven't been as bad as I hit a car. Even with those mess-ups, time wasn't terrible. I want to get one good run with this setup, or I'm not screwing up. There is a way to do manual gear shifting, but it was really awkward, and I couldn't figure it out. They said it does increase your acceleration by a little bit. Maybe I should try to just learn it. But it was really awkward. Like, it didn't... Like, I pushed the button to shift gears, and it wouldn't even do it when I told it to. So I don't even quite understand it. I kind of just ate that off-road part there and just kept going. No. Oh, I got past him. But maybe that is what I ultimately need to do. Maybe that's the secret. Because I just need to not fly off the road like this. I need to figure out the manual. Ooh! That was almost. Okay. I can't really afford to completely do that. Because I have to change my tires. Let's see if I can't just maintain a good speed here. Or a good, like, if I can just keep second place. Maybe that's good enough. Because the guy will pass me regardless, so second place is actually pretty good. Oh, apparently the guy behind you passes you too, though. But even third place, maybe I can accept that. That's already terrible. Because now I'm passed. Will I have an opportunity to ever repass them? I don't know. So much harder without the soft tires, too. That's the problem with the qualifying race, is that I'm not getting good practice on the stage with the kind of tires I'm going to use in the end. I was hoping adjusting the tailwind would be enough to make up for it, but it still feels a little harder to control than when I had the soft tires. Let me past you, man! I get you don't want me to pass you, but... Oh, it's so irritating. Man, I still got... And you stay off for so long. Why is it so hard to get back onto the track in that situation? Keep hitting the guy in front of me. I actually passed someone? This isn't the worst place I've had on this. This is honestly the best I've ever done on this race. Which is saying something when I'm only in fourth. Come on. In front of y'all. Please. I'm begging you. It's so hard to pass cars, man. took that a little bad. Could have been worse, though, I feel like. I'm, like, so focused in for a stupid racing game here. Oh, man, these two cars are just not relenting. That's why I feel like the qualifying race is so important. It's so hard to get past cars. If I could get first in that qualifying one, and then like maintain a second place, even that would be enough for me to be satisfied. Oh, I actually passed once. Nope, just kidding. Back in front of me again. Puppy guard in my tail. Oh, the front of me. I'm puppy guard in their tail, really. Oh, I need to get in this pit stop. Well, look how I'm holding left right now. Do you see this? Why is it so hard to get in here? I'm gonna definitely not do so hot here. It took me so long to get in there. That's crazy. I was holding left. Is there something I'm not getting about the turning? Or is that just how F1 is? Oh, I can turn so much easier now. Yo, do soft tires actually make you faster? The guy online said they didn't, but I'm starting to question that. Like, did you see how little I was actually moving when I was holding the side button like that? It's kind of crazy. Yo, maybe these soft tires do make you move faster, and that guy was wrong. Because now I've gotten up to second. So this is good, actually. If I can end on second, I'll take this. For this race. I don't think I can catch up to first place at this point, but if I can maintain the second, that's by far the best I've ever done, considering I usually end up with 0 points on this race. As long as my tires make it and then I'll just explode right before the end, that would be tragic. All the other racers are in the way. Fantastic. On tires, you can do it. If they blow up in the end, I'll be so mad, because they made it one time through this stretch. I don't know why they wouldn't now. Maybe I'm going off-road more or something. Hitting the other cars more. Okay. I'm gonna take this second place. Oh my goodness. Oh, you didn't look at the third-party one, so a few more. Or one more. I don't know. I don't remember the numbers. Man. So rough. Wait, that was a different guy. That's not the guy who normally wins. Oh, that's good for me, I think. I think this is even better. Yeah, that was good. I'm actually even more in the lead now. Oh, fantastic. Oh, that's so good. Okay, okay. Because that was a different guy who got first. He was a guy that was in third, and I'll take that. That's huge. If it's random, or like not consistent who's in first, it might be a good idea to, if I have to, farm some of these until I'm at least in front of the guy in second. That's huge. That's so good. Okay, much better password than last time, I would say. I'm glad I came back to this. I definitely found I performed much better this time. That's so good. Okay. I actually played Pocket Bomberman as a kid. I had that one. This one, like, changed to raining halfway through. I wonder if I should try switching to soft tires, or, like, starting with soft tires no matter what. Let's try this. Whew. Yeah, Pocket Bomberman definitely does not have the lump. I have that cart still, I think, and it does not have the lump. I actually always wondered why some had the lump and some didn't. Interesting. Now I know. Fantastic start. Lovely, lovely. Okay. Only holding brake is not working on some of these sharp turns. Oh, the boxes even say so. Man. I might actually try the high gearbox for this one, too. Because basically what you have on this stage is a bunch of stretches that are long, and then a bunch of sections that are really windy. Who cares if I'm not having high acceleration on the windy sections, if I'm always needing to move slow? I don't know, we'll see if it's actually good. Oh, it's raining even on the qualifying race? That didn't happen before. That can happen every time? Oh, this part. It's actually not as bad. Or, like, somehow I'm always doing fine through it. Except for there at the end. But that wasn't because of the hill. Could have been worse. Let me keep... I don't know. I feel like going for full speed setting is a little drastic. I feel like switching to soft tires on the end of that last race, though, was kind of huge. Wonder if I can take advantage of that on this race. Like I said, I wonder if I can start on soft, then after, like, a lap or two, shift to the wet tires instead. Because of the rain. Like, I wonder if it's better to start with the soft tires. Okay, yo, I keep messing up this beginning so poorly. I need to turn way sharper there. It's kind of weird. I don't always feel like the turns on the map actually represent how sharp the turns are in the game. Like, I don't think that map is just straight up a mapping of the course. It's a map they created that they try to line up with the course or something like that. I'm not as sure. It doesn't feel quite right. I didn't see razors at all last time. Why am I seeing them now? Here's the rain again. At the same time, I wonder if whatever your, like, rain pattern is just set by the time you... Okay, I think the rain is messing me up here. Like, should I reset this? Let me see. Let me see what happens, just out of curiosity. Also, that time seemed worse than last time. I don't even... What stage am I on? I should see that, too. Bum, bum, bum. Bum, 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 bum. This game is really hard. I don't know if I'm just really bad at it or something, but it's just so hard to control. Well, that's the same 40%, but I don't know if that means it'll happen at the same time or not. Let's try this again. I need to take that first turn like 10 times better. I gotta remember that it's one of the hardest ones on the whole stage. That and the last turn. And what do you know? They look almost identical on the map. Maybe the map is accurate. Okay, much better. Please don't hit me, cars, randomly. I know you love to do that. Okay, I got past. I don't know if I got past him. I think I got past him. I see him in the side mirror. Ow! Okay, is that a bad turn? Have I gotten hit by that one? I don't know. I'm gonna watch out for though. It's so weird. Sometimes it seems like you can't actually move very much, even when you're not turning. And I hold left and right. It's really unusual. I don't know. I don't quite I feel like I still don't understand the driving physics of this game this late into it. Okay, the rain's not kicking in this time, so that's different. I imagine it will kick in at some point during the main race, though, so I think I'm still going to stick with the soft tires. Ah, that was terrible. What was so bad compared to my other ones? I, didn't... Oh, I crashed once. Pretty badly. I don't understand it. I mean, playing the practice event... For some reason, my X is my pause. Looking at something with my speed. It's so... I wish the speed wasn't so... the furthest thing from my actual driving area. Because anytime I look at it, it's like looking at chat, practically. That's how far I have to move my eyes. You know, I've done pretty good about not seeing any cars till right there at the end. Man! I don't understand how I'm gonna get a better qualifying time on this one. Which I feel like is just... Having a good qualifying time is just too important. These are the maximum speed settings, they're just not the maximum acceleration settings. So, I'm gonna try this, see how it goes. Might be kind of hard to control in a few parts, but... Having low acceleration can affect you overall, though. If there's just too many points where you have to slow down, you know? I don't know, it's kind of hard to quite manage. Dude, that turn's not even a hard one. could try a different wind or tail with the high wind, with the high gear ratio. If that's any better. Why does a Game Boy racing game have to be so hard? It was worse. Way worse. Should I try the other gearbox? That can't be good. I'll try it, but the fact that shifting up made, or doing the higher gearbox made me perform worse is interesting. Well, sometimes I can't tell if it's just a bad run. Oops. So this is highest acceleration. The highest possible speed with the highest possible acceleration. With the worst possible controls. I mean, other than my soft tires, I guess. I feel like I slowed to a stop there for a second. It's so hard to tell. Like that turn there looks like it should be pretty sharp, but it's not actually that bad. It's really hard to tell sometimes how much gas you can put on. I'm starting to wonder if I should... I think I maybe was doing... I was holding off acceleration too much when I think I can get away with just slight brake taps. Every now and then. My maximum speed is still pretty bad. 145 is not much. Yeah, that time wasn't great either. Man. It's so hard for me to tell. It's the best way to approach this. I cannot get a good time on this stage. I tried going for the race with a not fantastic time, and it went pretty bad, so... Weather of this one's a little weird, too. Like, my tire... Remember I started going out of control last time? I'm not quite sure why that was. Like, I swear while the road turns, you turn automatically more. It's really unusual. And it's kind of difficult sometimes to move around in a lane. Or in the game, when it's, like, straight. Ah, it's so odd. It's really hard to describe. Don't know why, but that time I went flying off. Maybe it was my speed? Don't know. Man. I was gonna see what race I was on, and I forgot already. Do I need to slow down at all here? Yeah, I do. Okay, now I know. Man, when you're off the road, I feel like I'm just, like, not even moving, which is weird because my speed still seems to suggest that I am. Yeah, it was just a bad run. What did the guy... What stage am I even on? I don't... The problem is, this guide is definitely playing a different game than I am. The number of laps they say that I have to do is just different. Physics of this game just feels so bizarre. I don't know how else to describe it. Let me pass this guy. I think I did. This run is actually going kind of good. But now watch, I'm still going to get like 10 seconds over. Because I can't make heads or tails of the why I sometimes seem to do so much better than others. It's a bad ending. Yep, still like 10. Oh my goodness, I think hitting the side makes you move like a snail. I'm gonna try that one more time. I kind of, wish I knew what stage this is. Can I go backwards and see in that screen? I might be able to. I messed up at the end, unfortunately, which definitely slowed me down. I wasn't gonna make it even close to first place, but... You know what? I hate it, but I'm going to. Because I kind of want to see the race time anyway. I almost want to. I'm gonna watch the dude again one more time. See what it's actually showing me. All right. What stage am I actually on here too? Let's find out. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I'm either. Wait, no, I passed Canada already, didn't I? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There's more than 12 races. There's 16. Did I say 12? Why did I think there was 12? I've done Germany. Wait, I've done more than I thought, though. I'm confused now. I don't think... Did I do Mexico? I think I did, right? Or did I start in Africa? I don't remember doing that either. I am so confused. No, that seems like... Am I doing, like, random stages? Or have I done more than I realized? I've maybe done more than I realized. Yeah, so Canada was the stage that was rough. And this is the one I'm on. Okay, so I've done more than I thought, but there's more races than I thought. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I've only done 7. Oh, never mind. That's not that much. That is about what I thought. Okay, so I'm on the 8th race, but there's actually 16. There's more than I thought. No! Why does it show your face? Alright, let's see how fast you race, buddy. It was down to 120. Down to 100 for that turn. Gets back up to 175. 120 for that one. Should I try to match his speeds? I don't know. Down to 120 for this one too. He seems to like that 120 number. Takes that corner still really fast. Probably gonna slow down here. Dude, how does he insta-change? Does he just... I don't know. Yo, I can't change speed like that. Look how much he's jumping around. I can't do that. Maybe if I had a manual. abruptly jumps down. Goes down to 100 for that part. What about this last turn? Keeps it at 120. I don't know, man. How do I get out of this mode? Oh. But, well, I don't have a ton of time left, and I don't want to sit here doing a bunch of practice runs and then doing a full circuit with the time I have left. So I think I'm just going to call it quits for now. This game's rough. I'm only about halfway done. Actually, I'm not even halfway done.